Okay, good morning. I'm in Tsukiji at Aritsugu. This is my favorite knife shop. This is where I come and buy all my knives. Let's go walk inside and I'll give you a little tour of the shop. You want your shark skin grinder for your wasabi? You can get it right here. Along the bottom here, we have all the sharpening stones. And then you need your Honyaki. These are the tweezers for removing bones from the fish. These are for oysters and such. These are the scalers for your fish. The most popular knives, especially for Western chefs and sushi chefs, have been placed on the left wall. They give a lot of space, so a lot easier to look at. And so a deba is an essential knife for every sushi chef. There's different styles out there, different sizes, and different metals. For example, the blue steel is definitely for more delicate work. That's a harder edge, so the edge can chip. But if you're going to cut whole fish, the white steel would be your choice. And I say different sizes as well. Got some unagi knives up on top. Those are specifically for preparing unagi. Yeah, you see many different, the sizes, the metals. Now these are the kodebas, the small debas. These are essential for, a sushi chef would have one of these and the yanagi on the cutting board. Although they make them now also in the AUS steel. And these are the yanagi bas. Yanagi is an essential knife for every sushi chef. They have different styles and different handles. And the different kakumakis on the handles. And there's a kiritsuke knife there. This shows the different metals that you have. A white steel, you have the betsuuchi, which is the two steel, the mirror finish betsuuchi, layered steel, and then on the far they have the layered steel with the Damascus finish. And here you can see what a different betsuuchi knife is. Basically a number 2 blue steel blade with a white core. The layered steel uses the same metals in the layer, and then the Honyaki knife, you'll see that on the next wall. And this wall here, these are the Western style knives. Western style knives meaning that they are not only right-handed. They could be double beveled or single beveled, depending on how you like it. These are the stainless steel, true stainless steel. AUS 8 is a true stainless steel, and these are not stainless here, but these are fine carving, chickens, things with bones, and these are nice little Western debas. And these are the gyutos with the lighter wood handles with the tsuba. The tsuba is the metal bolster. The bolster is the part that connects the knife to the handle. You'll see here, these do not have the tsuba. Notice the difference? And then these are the AUS 10 steel knives. The AUS 10 steel, they're most popular with the Western chefs because they're highly stain resistant. And these are the blended pure steel knives. These are high carbon steel knives and they are not stain resistant. So you make sure you dry them between use. And this is that metal after heavy use. You notice on the bottom of the knife, especially the part contacting the cutting board, you'll get stains on it. If you don't clean them, this could easily turn into rust. Although they're very easy to clean. Simply take some fine sandpaper and sand it out, and then you'll have a beautiful mirror polish. So remember, these are not stain resistant. The AUS 10 steel is stain resistant. Here you have beautiful takohiki. These are for cutting octopus. And then some nice carving knives here. If you want a grater that's going to last you a lifetime, you can hand on to your grandkids. These are them. These are handmade. You know, each one of those little bumps there is hand pounded. Pick one up and you'll be amazed how heavy they are. And if you need a shark skin grinder for your wasabi, these are the larger ones. The smaller ones are up front, but the large ones are here in the back. And you'll see the nice layered finish on some of their knives. These are the Betsuuchi unpolished. Betsuuchi, the 2 steel, white and blue. And these are the Santokos over here. So these look like a deba from a distance, but you look closer and they're actually a much thinner blade, much lighter knife. And so these aren't for cutting. You could cut fish, but they're not made for cutting fish. The AUS 10 steels here, various styles. And these are the saibashi. Saibashi are the cooking chopsticks or sashimi chopsticks. You know, every sushi chef needs a good pair of these. And I recommend get the ones with the ebony handles. If you're left-handed, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to pay 40% more for a Japanese-style knife. Now to the other side of the store. In the front they have this beautiful display with some of their finest work. You see that blade in the back. That, I believe, is the maguro knife for cutting tuna, the whole tunas. I mean, it's like a sword. See some of the beautiful wood and the handles. And these are the Honyaki knives. The Honyaki knives are prepared in the traditional centuries-old fashion where they apply clay to the spine of the knife when it's being heated. And they heat it in charcoal. And that leaves, you can see these swirl marks in the back of the knife. And what that does is it hardens the blade more than it hardens the spine. So the spine is a little bit softer. And so the same metal has 2 compositions. You have a hard blade with a softer spine. To do that now, you know, they also do that. So this is the Betsuuchi knife. The Betsuuchi knife, they use 2 different steels to do that. The white steel is the soft spine, and the blue steel is the blade. You notice here, this is Jun Nihonko. Jun Nihonko means pure Japanese steel. And the Honyaki is they're done in the pure Japanese tradition. You see here the difference. There's they threw in there a layered steel knife. So you see it's all one steel. Jun Nihonko Honyaki Yanagiba. And these here are the specialty vegetable knives. These are usubas. Usuba means a thin blade. Now the blade itself is heavy, but because the angle of the blade is so fine, it's very thin. It slices through vegetables. And these are the Kiritsuke specialty knives. These could be used for vegetables, fish, anything. But these are this very, very thin blade, and so it just slices through. More specialty unagi knives on the top. And the large gyutos along the bottom. These are the large chef's knives. If you buy a knife, you're definitely going to want to have them sharpen it for you. It's a very small fee. But it's actually a real working knife shop. You see they're polishing over here on the left. Now, if you buy a knife, it's not going to have a finished blade on it. And so I definitely recommend you pay the small fee. And they use this wheel here, and they put a perfect edge on it for your very first edge. And then from there, all you have to do is maintain the edge. When I buy a knife, I always have them put the first edge on it. And then after that, all you're doing is you're maintaining the edge. And that wheel there is for putting the first edge, or fixing a knife that you damage. So here they're sharpening on that side. The red stone is the sharpening stone. The other side, it tends to polish, but of course they'll sharpen over there too. You see they have various stone. There's a sharpening. The red is the sharpening, yellow is the polishing, the blue is somewhere in the middle. But right now the yellow is polishing. And there they are using the big stone. That's how they put the first edge on your knife. And you can upgrade your handle and case. And you could pick your own personal kakumaki. The kakumaki is the horn bolster at the edge of the knife. You know, you see each one is different, unique patterns, beautiful. You know, some like dark, some like lighter. You know, some like this one are multiple colors. It's just beautiful. Each one is unique. And you could also upgrade the handles. The handles come right-handed. See, that looks like a round handle, but it's not quite right-handed. It's right-handed, has a ridge on there. But you could upgrade to the octagon handles. It's right-handed, that little ridge along there. And this is the ultimate upgrade here. This is with the hard ebony. It's beautiful wood. I highly recommend. This is Japanese ebony. It's naturally this color. It's not stained this color. You see that? It's beautiful, beautiful ebony. The handle's beautiful. So enjoy your knife. And don't forget your passport. Come to the tax refund counter and get your discount. Watch the video and see how to get here. And please share with your friends.